Have you ever wondered how one of the greatest quarterbacks in history can bounce back from so many devastating losses? Today, we examine Peyton Manning's dreadful existence, which is filled with heartache, incredible perseverance, and the unflinching fight to overcome physical challenges. Stay in until the very end of this movie, because we will go over every facet of Peyton's lengthy battle with health issues and personal hardships that have affected his career and life in ways you might not be aware of. Manning's remarkable football career has made many of you familiar with him, but his biography goes much beyond his on-field achievements. Beneath the impressive victories and records is a heartbreaking yet motivational tale of hardship and tenacity. From the beginning, Peyton faced a challenge no one could have predicted for a successful future. Since he was born with a congenital spinal cervical weakness, doctors warned early on that his neck curvature could lead to serious problems later. Despite this grim prediction, Peyton played football at the high school, university, and professional levels without any major issues. For many years, his early career was exciting and bright, and his brilliance, strength, and leadership left fans in awe. But they were unaware that Peyton was covertly fighting a battle that would test his every remaining strength. Everything changed in February 2010 when Peyton began experiencing severe neck discomfort. The once unstoppable quarterback had to undergo surgery due to a pinched nerve, marking the start of a difficult and drawn-out journey. His issues only grew worse in 2011 after he had a disc herniation in his neck. This injury caused his throwing arm to weaken, making it difficult for him to hold a football firmly. Despite his best efforts to improve, the problem persisted, so Peyton had to persuade his doctors to take a closer look at his condition. When it was found that his disc had herniated again, he underwent yet another procedure. For a man with a reputation for having an iron will, the defeats were devastating. The surgeries were not the quick fixes that many had hoped for, and they came with a long time of pain, annoyance, and the constant fear that his career might be over. The challenges didn't stop there. Peyton Manning eventually needed 4 neck surgeries in only 19 months. After each treatment, which had its own set of challenges, he wondered if he would ever be the same player again. An important turning point was his choice to seek a more permanent solution, which was a neck fusion treatment performed in September 2011. This major treatment involved removing the damaged disc, filling the space with a bone transplant, and fusing two vertebrae together with a plate and screws. At first, the results weren't promising. Doctors also suggested that Peyton try throwing darts to strengthen his arms. But this proved to be much harder than they had thought. Peyton once said that his initial attempts to toss a football following the surgery were challenging, and that the ball nosedived to the ground after only a few yards. Peyton's determination remained unflinching despite these daunting obstacles. He resisted allowing the defeats to define him, even as rumors of his retirement began to spread. He was motivated to return to the game by a passion that went beyond his notoriety and accomplishments. Regaining a part of himself that had been lost to pain and disappointment was the goal. But the journey wasn't without its heartaches. After having 2 neck operations in quick succession, Peyton missed the whole 2011 NFL season. It was an unnerving period because many people wondered if the quarterback, who had captivated fans for so many years, would ever return to his previous level of performance. He had only just started to recover when the Indianapolis Colts, the team he had always aspired to play for, decided to sever their relationship with him. Jim Irsay, the owner of the Colts, praised Peyton's courage and perseverance, but also noted that Manning had failed his physical in March, and that the team eventually chose to release him after 14 seasons. This dismissal was difficult for a player who had devoted so much of his life to the Colts. Because of this crucial occasion, Peyton had to reconsider his football future and potential. In 2012, Peyton resolutely joined the Denver Broncos. which many saw as a second chance to show that he still had the talents required to compete at the greatest level. However, it was challenging to rejoin the game. Starting with the basics of throwing, catching, and holding a football, Peyton had to retrain his football talents. In a 2013 interview, he stated that regaining his former level of shape and power was far more difficult than he had ever imagined. He recalled that as he struggled with basic training tasks, even throwing a football to his brother Eli was a constant reminder of how much he had lost. His arm did not respond as it used to, and he often lost sight of his own strength. Peyton felt that he had to start again from the beginning, which required a lot of tenacity, dedication, and a strong will to overcome the limitations imposed by his procedures. Peyton slowly began to regain his footing with the support of motivating mentors like Duke head coach David Cutcliffe. But it was a long time before he recovered. By 2015, he was slowly regaining some of the strength and skills that had once defined him, but the consequences of years of trauma were already apparent. Peyton often described his daily existence as being marked by constant pain and suffering. Even simple tasks like bending over or raising his arms could cause him discomfort, and he would need additional time to undress after games. After decades of physical torture, his physique bore the scars of a long and challenging career. He suffered scratches, bruises, twisted toes, and other ailments as a result of his intense love for the game. After an incredible 18-year NFL career, Peyton Manning finally gave his sad retirement address in 2016, as he said goodbye to the game that had given him so much. His voice broke with sorrow. He praised his community, coaches, teammates, and supporters, and he sincerely thanked his family. His retirement signified not just the end of a career, but also the conclusion of a lengthy journey filled with both tragedy and success. It was a period of deep reflection during which he acknowledged the sacrifices he had made and the pain he had endured while traveling. Peyton Manning's story is a powerful reminder of life's fragility as well as the incredible resiliency of the human spirit. His severe health issues, his repeated battles to regain his form, and the hurt of being removed from the squad he loved all serve as examples of his determination. Despite the pain and the challenges, he continued to battle. He pushed himself to be the best despite the chances being against him, and he never let his injuries define who he was. Thank you for taking the time to read this in-depth account of Peyton Manning's dreadful life. If you were as moved and inspired by his trip as we were, please hit the like button, share your thoughts and feelings in the comments box below, and subscribe for more tales that reveal the hidden truths behind the headlines. Together, we can celebrate the human spirit in the face of the most trying conditions and uncover more fascinating and accurate information with your help. We appreciate you traveling with us, and we hope you will return soon for more enlightening and inspirational experiences.